super close match with Morgan Turner, who's on the U17 World Team, and her brother Vince on the mat, and here comes Grigor Cholakyan of California.
Yeah, had to shout out the Bouzakis family for their love of wrestling. It's great. We get to enjoy guys like Vince on the mat. Nick is at Ohio State, and now Vince is taking on Grigor Cholakyan. Cholakyan in the blue, representing California, and the aforementioned Bouzakis in the red, representing Pennsylvania.
Shot, Cholakyan gets locked on the leg and trying to advance up there, but close whizzer. Bouzakis, nice job, creates space, kicks out. Now on the edge, Cholakyan look for an arm spin. Bouzakis trying to get a takedown, knee hits. It's 2-0, Vince Bouzakis. And a lot different than his quarterfinal match that I called last night. That was very calculated. He ended up winning it late, but a lot of passivity calls, that kind of thing. This one, already a takedown in the opening 35 seconds of the match.
Yeah, this is another matchup of ranked wrestlers. No surprise here at Fargo. Bouzakis ranked 6th in the nation at 152. Cholakyan was down at 145. He got a number 16 ranking, so he'll probably be 152 going forward. That's something rankers like yourself, David, have to contend with. This guy's changing weights. Makes things, adds a big wrinkle. Certainly a lot more weight changing in high school than you see in college.
Absolutely, and Cholakyan headed to Stanford. He's got one more year of high school, but a Stanford commit. Bouzakis already took one out in the quarterfinals in Zach Hansen. So Stanford fans maybe not loving Bouzakis right now. They'd love for Cholakyan to get one back for the Cardinal.
Yeah, Cholakyan did look pretty impressive in the semis, beat Colin Guy of Pennsylvania. And before that, blanked Claudio Torres, 13-0. He has what I would call a freestyle natural, or he's a natural in freestyle. That seems to be his most natural style, whereas he's not folk style wrestling coming to freestyle. He's a freestyler that goes to folk style in the fall.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. A lot of his best results in freestyle, and picking up his hand fight a little bit there momentarily. 70 seconds left in this first period. Saw Cholakyan already in on a very deep attack. See if he goes back to that single leg. Over-under position. Now just an underhook for Bouzakis. Cholakyan clears it, and they're going to put him on the activity clock, Cholakyan. He'll have 30 seconds to score or give up a point.
Yeah, not common, but definitely a thing if you're, if there have been points in the first period, but one guy is not generating action, could be cut on the clock, and that's exactly what they do it for.
Oh, 2 was offered, and then it was white paddled. Through the flurry, Bouzakis kept wrestling, big 4-pointer, and it's 6-0. Here comes a challenge cue.
So this is Ruben Valencia in the corner with Monster Garage, where Cholakyan trains in Southern California. I assume they're going to want 2. That 2 confirmed. That was offered by the whistle.
Yes, there was a 2 offered on the mat. Then it was white paddled. So yeah, we're gonna show this replay. Let's see, Spay, if we think it was 2 or not. Let's see this attack.
And on the mat is one of the most experienced refs that the U.S. has, Danny Blackshear. He calls internationally,
Kick
world
out.
championship levels.
2 was offered. The knee looked like it did hit momentarily, and then Bouzakis advanced up and got 4. Now, interesting. If they do give the 2, it'll be 6-2. All right, pretty straightforward. If they don't give the 2, it'll be 7-0. Cholakyan will still be on the clock, and then it could be 8-0.
Yeah, and they lose the challenge brick. So a bit of a risk.
It's going to pay off, though. It looks like they're bringing the brick back to the corner. It's going to be 6-2.
Yeah.
And Danny Blackshear, you mentioned, very experienced official. He saw that takedown. All he needed was a split second, saw it, awarded it, and upon further review, he was right. 6-2.
Yeah. Armchair refereeing, much easier to do than when you're also on the race stage in the spotlight and you have to make split-second decisions. That's why they have 3-man or 3-person referee mechanics. And they got that one right on review, so good challenge, good review. And now we get more wrestling, 6-2 with 10 seconds left to go in the first. No matter what happened, that exchange whether there was going to be a score there from Cholakian or not. The way Bouzakis kept fighting for the position, didn't concede anything, and then immediately attacked to get that 4-point double. Impressive stuff.
Cholakian cornered by Jordan Humphreys and Ruben Valencia, Monster Garage. Bouzakis cornered by Coach Headley of Pitt and also Cornell Robinson. And there's another look at the takedown on the edge that Bouzakis got initially.
Yeah, Drew Headley here with Luke Pletcher. We've seen them out and about. We've seen them here in the Fargo Dome. College coaches are all over the place. It's a who's who at every level of wrestling. I think 6/7 of the 2008 Olympic team men's freestyle are here.
Back to action, 6-2. Mentioned Cornell Robinson in the corner for Bouzakis. He spent his freshman year, and something's wrong with a finger. Maybe it's dislocated. We're gonna take a look at that. Cornell Robinson, head coach at Wyoming Seminary. That's where Vince Bouzakis spent his freshman year. Then his sophomore year, he was a PIAA champ at Notre Dame Green Pond. Now going back to Wyoming Sem. So
that's the beauty of Pennsylvania and the Northeast like that, is you don't have to go far to find another world-class high school program where you can go to tournaments all over the nation. And we'll take another look. This is going to be, it's in the second, and I wasn't looking at the hand that got hurt, but it looks like a left hand.
Yeah, maybe a thumb.
I think this is going to be a one. He's going to get some tape, and he's going to need a lot of ice later, but there's no way he's not finishing this match.
Vince Bouzakis was on this stage last year, fell short to PJ Duke, and now looking to come back, get the big stop sign. They give you a smaller octagon if you lose, but a lot of people, they don't even want to call that a stop sign unless you get the big one.
Yeah, I've heard them called coasters before.
Okay.
Both are octagonal, as you mentioned. But yeah, you want the big guy. You want the dinner plate.
Shot, Cholakian. Bouzakis driving forward, and he's, out of bounds. There's a step out, 7-2. Bouzakis leads. He has created some great flurries off of Cholakian's attacks.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. I didn't get to see a lot of Vince earlier in this tournament. Called two of Grigor's matches. But I'll tell you, this is the most energy, the most high level of intensity that I've seen from Bouzakis.
And you know, he really wants this big stop sign. It's been a good year for him, but one where he's been second a lot. He was second in Fargo last year to PJ Duke, second in Super 32 to PJ Duke, second in the U17 trials to Ladarian Lockett, and now with a chance to take home the big prize at a major tournament.
That can be a big motivating factor when you're that close to the top of the podium.
Cholakian gonna have to try to find an answer for Bouzakis, and Bouzakis signaling to the official he didn't like hands in the face, and now Cholakian hard snap into an over-under position, but Bouzakis catching that underhook hand. Cholakian drives him to the edge. Bouzakis trying to circle in.
Good mat awareness from Bouzakis. It's hard to know when you're pushing like that how close you can come to not stepping out, and he did it perfectly.
Passivity warning against Bouzakis, or that may have been an intention actually. Nice shot from Cholakian. I think he hit his nose on Bouzakis' shoe.
Is there blood from there, or is he just in a lot of pain? Tough to see.
I think he said I broke my nose.
Yeah. Yeah, full contact match from these guys. You got a taped up thumb, and now Cholakian took one right on the nose.
And now we got a bloody nose.
And now we got a busted schnoz. Cholakian scored a lot from counters in his matches, and that's why I would say, you know, the freestyle technique is a little more natural to him, in that if you are comfortable in those counters where you can get the lifts and the chest locks and wraps and throws, you can do a lot of damage. Now he needs to create the offense because he's down by 5 with 64 seconds remaining.
He's also a guy with good parterre offense, so if he can get on top, that may be all he needs. Minute to go, He's got to find his way on top before he can even try out the parterre. And there's a shot attempt. Bouzakis down blocks and stops it.
Yeah, and you know Bouzakis has great fundamentals, so he's going to try to stay in the center and fight down block. Although Cholakyan trying to get at least one here. Oh, he slips off on the head pinch attempt. Grounded, and 2 was offered for Vince as Cholakyan slipped off the head.
We got more blood.
Now we got more blood. That does look pretty gnarly on Cholakyan's face. And a little bit more cleanup to do.
Yeah, grounded, and they want somebody to clean up this sweat. Maybe a little blood here too, but
now he's got plugs in both noses. That's not fun to break your nose like that. Assuming it's broken, even if it's just very badly bruised.
If it's hurt enough to, feel like it's broken, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Back to action. 35 seconds left in the match. Cholakyan looks for a high crotch. Bouzakis, head, hands, defense.
Bouzakis giving enough ground, and then great job circling there. Gets another point. Cholakyan knows he's got his work cut out for him. 25 seconds remaining.
Oh, now a head pinch attempt for Cholakyan. If he can get this to go a few times, it might be just what he needs. 15 seconds to go. Bouzakis is so good at using the pressure of Cholakyan, whether it's from his attacks or from his pushing to try to go out of bounds. And
yeah, but looks like it's going to be Bouzakis using some counter wrestling of his own. When Cholakyan got the takedown that needed to be confirmed on review, it was Bouzakis that then countered with the big 4, and that was going to be enough to do it.
Vince Bouzakis smiles. He's going to get his hand raised. Big tournament for him. Really nice performance and a win over Grigor Cholakyan. He is fired up. He's going to get a stop sign and a hat. Team PA bringing home the title here.
2 champs for Team